This is Memorial Weekend, and what we've got going on here is we have minus tides going on, and invariably what will happen is with these minus tides, you get these tide pools and sandbars. I'm going to drop down to about 15 feet, and these are these little tide pools here and sandbars. And what happens is people will drive down the beach not realizing that they get out on these sandbars. Now you see here's a pretty good sized sandbar right here. So they'll be driving down these sandbars, and that's rock hard sand right there. So you get out in this sandbar and you're driving down the beach. You can see how you can see right here where you got little spots where you can maybe traverse through these little tide pools. But now you get out in the sandbar and you look how deep some of these holes are here. You look at these little holes, and people get out in these sandbars, they'll be driving down the beach, and they'll drive down, they'll get down to the end of one of these sandbars. And when you get down to the end of a sandbar, these tide pools don't look that bad. Let me see if I can't get it a little bit lower here. They don't look that bad, but if you look down into some of the water, some of these holes of water are pretty deep. And you look at how deep these holes are. About 5 feet here. Go forward a little bit. And what happens is you get down these little tide pools, you'll drop your left front tire into one of these holes. And when your left front tire goes down in one of these deep holes, your right rear tire will come up. Well, now your left tire is down in soft, wet sand, your right rear tire is up in the air, and you are done. Even in a full drive, you are done. And I'm going to just about bet you before the weekend's over, you can imagine trying to drive through all these little potholes. Some of these little potholes of water can be very deep, too. So, I'd almost bet you before the weekend's out, this is Memorial Weekend, and I'll bet you before the weekend's out, someone is going to drive into one of these holes, and we're going to have a car that gets either lost in the surf or we'll get there in time to get them out. And imagine what happens when the tide starts coming in. When the tide starts coming in, it will surround these sandbars. Like see right there, see the tide's coming in right now, and see how the waves coming into the low spots? Well, it'll come in. It'll surround the sandbar. You can see where the low spot is out there. When the tide comes in, it'll come in with a vengeance around these spots. And the next thing you know, you've got a car up on the sandbar with a tire down the pothole. And it's kind of a game over thing. So we'll wait and see what happens. We'll hope for the best, but I would not doubt that we end up getting at least one car in the water over the weekend. That would be typical for our beach. I am not going to post this particular video unless we get a car in the surf. If we do, then I'll be able to say I told you so. Anyway, we're going to fly her back home. I'm going to do a test flight today. I haven't driven or flown it. I haven't flown it for a couple days. We had to update the firmware. So whoa, he says. Okay. Oh, we'll see if I got it right, if anybody ends up in the water or not. If they don't, then it's a good weekend for everybody. Oh, I see. It's kind of cockeyed here because we got a wind that is north and whole road. About 10 o'clock at night, actually it's 11 o'clock at night, I got a car out on a sandbar. It's a 3/4 ton Ford, four-wheel drive. He says he's got water up around his front bumper bottomed out. So pretty much what I thought was going to happen before the weekend was out. Somebody had to drive out in the sandbar and drive out in those little potholes. I won't be able to see anything when I get here, but I'll run out as much rope as I got and see if I can't get to him. If I can't get to him, he's going to have to wait till the tide goes out. We're right at low water right now, but I'm not going to drive on a sandbar at night. I'm going to risk everything I've got to try and get somebody out. And the tide is tide starts coming in about 20 minutes, so there's no margin for error on this one. He's already out there at low water, and if his lights are any indication of where he's at, he's clear out on the sandbar. I can see his set of lights out there. Boy, they are a long ways out. I got about 250, 300 feet of rope. I don't think that's going to get to him with the best we can, but I don't think that's going to do us a lot of good. We'll see. It might not be that bad. That's his taillights right there on the right. Might not be too bad. Problem is, I just won't go on the sandbar at night time because I can't see what's going on. It doesn't look too awful bad. Let's see what we got here. Doesn't look too bad there. I'm hill towing. Huh? I'm hill towing. I want you to grab this shovel.
Could be doing better.
I want you to grab this shovel and start digging out in front of the front tires real quick. Back up about another 4 feet. The sandbar is a little softer than I'd like to see it. Dig right in front, don't worry about the side, dig the front of the tires down. Get right in front of them. We're right at low water right now. Okay, you in high range or low range? You're in low range and you're for sure the hubs are locked. Yeah. Okay. Were they locked to start with? What I'm going to do, this rope has some stretch to it. I don't want you to hammer on it because that's just going to create more problems for us. I'm going to put the pull on the rope. When you see the rope come tight, just ease on the gas. I should be able to pull you up and out of this hole, okay? Okay, once I get you out, we're going to show them truck. I'm going to give you a couple bumps. I'm going to bump you, and if you don't move, I'm going to back up and bump you 3 or 4 times. I'm just going to get this rope to stretch out, and then that should pull you up into stuff. Don't hammer on it, because if you hammer on it, you're just going to dig a hole, okay? Okay. Low range 4-wheel drive.
went the wrong
And
way.
that is, you what?
I realized I went the wrong way when I...
That's why you don't drive on the beach at night. You can't see what you're driving. You probably didn't realize that water was that deep, did you?
No.
It's a lot deeper than you thought, wasn't
It
it?
looked like it
You
was...
probably
just
weren't
barely-
full-wheel drive when you first hit it, were you?
No, I was.
Were you?
Ever since we were parked.
The problem is there's big holes down there. You get it? Got a hammer or anything in there? Here, let me see here. I backed up, it must have come off there. There you go.
I'm gonna have you follow me up the beach approach, and we'll square up there.
All right, that's fine.
I tell you what, I was sweating. I did not want to go out and Sandbar. See, you're not in one of the bad spots. There's spots out here where that Sandbar is another 150 yards out, and there's holes of water 3 or 4 feet deep, and I would have left you there then.
Yeah.
You got lucky. You got lucky right there. I'll meet you down Long Beach Approach, okay?
All right, that's the...
Just down here, yeah.
He got lucky. Nice big sandbar I could drive down on.
But he drove down the beach on Sandbar, then drove off the end of the Sandbar.
And when he got to the end of the sandbar, he had no idea that the water was as deep as it was. He didn't have a clue. He didn't have a clue that the water was 3 4 feet deep. He hit it, and that was it. That was the end of it. His four-wheel drive wouldn't pull him out. Okay.